Good evening. In our news bulletin for tonight, Niue Tourism launched their new branding campaign pointing out Niue's uniqueness. Chamber of Commerce have appointed their new business development manager. The Public Health Division have closed down one bakery until they comply with food handling regulations. More than 30 people from the tourism industry gathered at the Niue Tourism office on Friday afternoon for the launch of the island's major brand campaign. The campaign was developed last year and was first launched in New Zealand last week. Members from the local tourism industry were among the first on island to see the new brand campaign unfold with the showing of 3 45-second brand films telling real-life stories of 3 very different traveller types.
This particular piece of work took 12 months from sort of conception through to implementation. What we were trying to do was show that Niue is a very, very special place, and indeed there's nowhere like us, which is our brand slogan. We wanted to show the uniqueness, the remoteness, the very special qualities that Niue have, which are so intangible and so difficult to explain to people. So we wanted something that stood out. So if you look at the other Pacific marketing campaigns, you'll hear lots of drums, lots of dancers, lots of beautiful hula girls and coconut shell bras on beaches, waterfalls, all the things you would expect to the Pacific. We wanted ours to show an authentic, real Niue, untouched and unique. And I think that's what we've managed to capture in this brand campaign.
Nowhere like us is the new catchphrase, used as the overarching strategy for the campaign that was the outcome of extensive responses from visitors about what they liked about Niue.
What we're looking for is the adventurous traveller, people who are enjoy finding out about other people's culture, people that are respectful of culture, respectful of the environment, and appreciate untouched, pristine environments. So they're the people we're looking for. So those people are families who want to come here and the children are free to explore and roam and be safe. Those are young couples who want to get away from it all and disconnect from the world and reconnect with each other. And then, of course, it's the older travellers who have travelled everywhere and want to come to somewhere that's special. And that's us. We believe that's us. The difference with the brand campaign and marketing, so we've got lots of videos that show us, the locals here. And we will be using those extensively. Clark Gayford we put out a whole lot of clips with Clark Gayford, 10 of them, where he does a tour of the island and introduces you to people like Tony Ahalima, for example, and his unga hunt. So we've got a lot of those clips which will follow up. But the brand campaign is about saying, when you see this symbol, this red line, when you see this font, you will know that this is Niue. When you hear the music, you will know that this is Niue. So the brand campaign is about making people sit up and take notice. Then we've got all of the content in between it, which will roll out over the next 12 months.
Niue Tourism CEO Felicity Bolin says that the campaign will emphasise the distinct difference of Niue as a destination with an abundance of activities for travellers, which is not overly commercialised. This is reflected in the 3 main videos that are quite different compared to some very upbeat promotional videos from the Pacific.
Ours is quiet, meditative, and quite sombre, and that's because we want people to feel the campaign, to feel the peace, the serenity, and the sort of special feeling that you get when you come to this place. Yes, we've got drums, yes, we've got ukuleles, like every other Pacific country. What they don't have is what we have, which is the ability to disconnect from the world, be authentic, be real, and be still. And that was the one thing, I've just come back from Japan, the United Nations World Tourism Organization remarked on the campaign. They said it's absolutely on point. It's about storytelling. It's about making sure that you are different and you can sell that difference. And that's why that music's been chosen.
Throughout the campaign development last year, Niue Tourism have had several people working with the campaign team to take thousands of photographs that will build a photo library and showcase more of Niue's unique features. This initial campaign will run for 6 weeks across digital platforms and print media, with further content to be released over the next 2 years. The Niue Chamber of Commerce has finally appointed a business development manager to lead the small team in the office. Ray Finlay takes over this role from Peggy Veen, who resigned in August of last year. The position opens up opportunities to support local businesses and encourage economic growth. Now 1 week into the job, Ray hopes that her extensive experience in New Zealand will benefit the business sector here in Niue.
I've owned 4 small businesses myself, and 2 of those businesses have grown over a number of years, and I've actually sold businesses. I've had great success with developing teams, developing projects, and a very solution-orientated person. I've worked in the horticulture, agriculture, manufacturing, retail, tourism sectors. So I've got a broad field of experience to draw on, and I've spent a 3-year term recently on the New Zealand Central Government's Small Business Advisory Group. So being the voice of small business with government, making sure that small businesses were listened to when policy was being made that would affect them. So from a variety of different aspects, I think that I have skills that can assist small businesses here to grow. Our members are the most important thing for the Niue Chamber of Commerce, and we really want to see them do well. So we're open to listening to them, to their needs, to see if we can enhance the products and services that we already deliver to them with training, education programs, and funding assistance, helping them with their funding applications, business planning, new business startups. So there's a lot of opportunities for us here, and we've got a great team already in place.
Niue Chamber of Commerce President Michael Jackson commented that they are pleased to welcome Ray to lead the Chamber of Commerce team to ensure the sustainable economic development of Niue and growth of the private sector. She will be leading a small team in the office and has big plans in moving forward, not only with staff but also working in close collaboration with the Niue Chamber of Commerce Executive Board.
Over the next few weeks, we're going to be doing some planning days with the staff, with the board of the Chamber of Commerce, just looking at what our priorities are. There's been a lot of work, a lot of foundation already laid, how we can maximise what's already been done, looking forward to where we want to be in 5 years' time, and what's going to get us there, what are the priorities, what do we need to focus on there, and how best can we assist small business in Niue.
The focus now will be to see how they can best serve their membership and continue with sustainable development of the private sector. One of the main bread suppliers on the island has been closed down by public health officials until they comply with food handling requirements. A public complaint prompted an inspection by the Public Health Division, who found some inconsistencies with operations and food handling in the premises. A decision was made to shut down this bread shop on Wednesday last week with a temporary hold on their business license. The business owner has been given 14 days to comply with a number of provisions that are in line with the Public Health Act. Unfortunately for the owner, the temporary hold of their business license could mean other businesses linked may also be affected. However, the licensor of businesses could not confirm whether there are multiple businesses operating under one license. The shutdown of this bakery means that there will be a slight shortage of bread, and people will need to make orders to other bakeries on the island to meet their day-to-day needs. Those are the news stories that we have for you this evening. Do join us again for our next news bulletin on Thursday.